Yo, what's up everybody? How's it going? I want to invite you all to our first WHW 1 vs 1 Wiggle 30 tournament, which is the Which Hero Wins 1 vs 1 with Infinite Golden Level 30 tournament. We couldn't really think of a better name, but I think it's a fine name. I think it's totally cool, totally a fun name, right? The Wiggle Tournament Series. So we're gonna have the tournament on the 17th of April, starting at 1 p.m. Central European Summertime. Now, what is the tournament? In case you aren't familiar, well, have you ever asked yourself, or ever had this discussion with someone? If all heroes had infinite money, max level, access to anything they need, and then went in a series of 1 vs 1s, which hero would win? Which hero is the strongest 1 vs 1 hero? Is it Lone Druid because you have the bear and you get a second hero essentially? Is it Enigma because with Refresher Aghanim's your black hole does more than 100% pure damage? Is it maybe Faceless Void because Chronosphere? Or is it just Doom because, well, you're Doom. You're Doom people. That's your thing. It's in the name. And that's the question we're trying to answer. And that's what this tournament is about. So the way this is going to go is that, as you can see, we're going to have a sign-up sheet. So it's down there. Register now at bit.ly.com/wiggle30. And for this tournament, we only have 120 spots available. Because the way this is going to work is 120 people are going to be able to play. Each of them will be randomly assigned a hero. And then it's time to go. Whichever hero you have, that's the hero you're going to be playing. It's a double elimination bracket. And we're going to set up a custom game. We're going to get into the details of that in just a little bit. But we're going to set up a custom game specifically for this. It's already in the works. Where you're then going to be able to play. You have access to everything. It's going to be on a little map with an arena. And with some rules in place to eliminate stalling possibilities. And that's pretty much it. Now, this videos are already not that, there's not that much to talk about. So why am I making a separate video about this? Because I want to make sure that we are all on the same page about the rules for this thing so that it's legitimate. I spent a lot of time thinking about this. We did a whole bunch of math, even though this is a math-free zone. But we still did a whole bunch of math to answer some very important questions, and we're going to get into those now. Now, let's tackle the rules first. So here's the rules page. You can go ahead and read this if you want. It has some things that are of interest though. So the way this is going to work, you're given a hero by us, right? When you sign up, you're given a hero. You don't get to choose it. It's just going to be random. But if you get somebody to agree to swap with you, you're allowed to swap heroes, right? You just have to reach out to us. Very important. If you don't reach out to us and then you play a different hero on tournament day, but because you agreed with somebody to swap, but you didn't tell us, we're going to disqualify both of you. So please make sure that you tell us, right? Now, after the sign up starts, we're going to quickly make a spreadsheet available in which everybody's name will be listed, just the names that you send us, of course. Don't worry, we will not dox you or something like that. But we will list your name as well as which hero you have been assigned. All right? Cool. But you are allowed to find somebody and swap heroes with them. If I catch you harassing anybody for their hero though, you're instantly out. Keep in mind, there's only 120 spots available. Now, about those 120 spots, we're going to give priority to Twitch subscribers. So if you subscribe to my Twitch channel, right, then on the sign-up sheet, down here, make sure to tick yes. We're going to check this, right? So if you are, then please check this, and we're going to check then in Discord if you are actually subscribed. If you lie, you're immediately kicked out, obviously. But yeah, only 120 spots. Now, if we get a huge amount of signups for this, I have no idea what to expect, right? But if we get a ton of signups for this tournament, then I am willing to expand it to 240, which means every hero is going to be in the pool twice. I don't really want to do this. This would be kind of a little... But if we get enough signups, right, then that's okay. But that will be the absolute maximum. We will never do more than that. We will not do 360. 240 will be the absolute cap. Now, on that note, what about the new patch? Randall said there's a new patch coming, might be a new hero. So, if there's a new patch coming, shouldn't really impact this at all. We can just fix everything up. What we're building is a very simple custom game. It really shouldn't be a problem at all. Unless Valve breaks custom games fundamentally, which is a possibility. They have done that before, but let's just hope that doesn't happen. The second thing is, there might be a new hero coming. If there is a new hero coming, we're gonna just say 121 signups instead. All right? So that's kind of the thing. And we're gonna add in one more sign up. Okay, cool. Of course, the hero will be part of this. Now, what's my plan myself? Well, I will actually be playing in the tournament. So I guess in a way it's actually only 119 spots. But I will be playing in the tournament myself. I will be given a random hero like everybody else, even though I would really like Shadow Fiend, but I don't really think it's fair if I do that. So we're just going to give me a random hero like everybody else. And then we're going to see how it goes from there, right? If I get knocked out early, then I'm just going to be casting the whole thing. If I don't get knocked out early, then we're going to be, we're going to play. We'll see how it goes. Anyhow, now, here's some additional rules that are probably relevant, some questions you might already have. So, additional notes. Hero-specific rules. There are some heroes, like, well, specifically Punch, Silencer, Legion Command, Lion, and Slog, that build up stacks over the course of a game. Right? They build up stacks over the course of a game. Now, I have a spreadsheet here. And we spent a long time calculating this stuff. We spent a long time calculating this stuff. To explain the methodology here, is methodology, whatever. Here's how we did it, right? Let me explain how we did this, how we calculated these things. Now, I am open to suggestions on alteration to how we calculated it. So if you think we made some mistakes, then you can feel free to tell me what you think we did wrong and what we need to adjust. These are not the final numbers. We might adjust these before the tournament, right? But the way we did this, and let me start with somebody simple. Let's start with Pudge. What we did is we grabbed the total amount of experience needed for Pudge to hit level 30, or for any hero to hit level 30. Then we grabbed a statistic that we found that ranks the 90th percentile of Pudge players, how much experience per minute they have. So the 90th percentile of Pudge players have 690 experience. And then we can use that to calculate how long the game takes. 81 minutes. Then, similarly, we found some statistics that tells us how many kills per minute Pudge gets, which is 0.3. Similarly, we were able to figure out how many assists per minute Pudge gets, which is also about 0.3. Then we use this to calculate how many kills and assists total Pudge has over the course of this 81-minute game. Now, what we're assuming is that it takes 81 minutes for Pudge to hit level 30, and at that point, we're having the duel. So we're just going to end the calculation at that point. All right? So at this point, Pudge has about 51.28 kills and assists total, so we round that up to 52 Flesh Heap stacks, and then we calculate that out for a total of 234 bonus strength. The core assumption for this is that for every kill and assist Pudge gets, he gets a Flesh Heap stack. Okay, makes sense? We did a very similar thing with everybody else. With Slog, we did pretty much the exact same thing. The assumption here as well, that for every kill and assist Slog gets, he gets an Essence Shift stack. For Silencer, exact same assumption, although with Silencer what we did is we included the possibility of Silencer not being level 15 yet, and as such having less intelligent steal whenever he gets an assist. So we calculated out how much of the game he spends below level 15, and then calculated this all into a total sum of 194 intelligence steal. Lion, we did the assumption that every kill Lion gets after unlocking his ultimate, he gets a Finger of Death stack. That's the idea. We're saying that whenever Lion gets a kill, after unlocking his ultimate, that's a thing of death stack. Now you might say, well, that's really generous. Yes, the point is to be really generous. I don't want anybody to say that we unjustifiably nerfed Lion. Right? Because people always say, haha, but Lion or Legion Commander, they can have infinite damage. Pudge can have infinite HP. Yes, but that's not really realistic. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to find them in a really fucking good game. Right? They're just in the sickest fucking game. And in that sickest fucking game, that's where we count it. Okay? So that's how we arrive at 1260 bonus damage for Lion. Now this is the next one. This is the one where we're gonna have maybe a bit of a conversation. I think up to this point, this is fairly unproblematic. Right? Lion, Silencer, Pudge, and Slog. Does anybody have a problem with the numbers we arrived at on them? Chat, push 1 if you are fine with them. Push 2 if you think these are wrong. They're 40. Keep in mind, they're very long games. Right? Very long games, because getting to level 30 takes forever. Right? If you have a look at the experience curve, it actually takes as long to get from level 1 to 25 as it takes to get from level 25 to level 30. Well, here's where we get to Legion Commander. So Legion Commander is a bit more complicated, as you can already see. We did the same base mythology, but with Legion Commander we have a bit of a problem. Of course, she spends different amounts of time of the game with different levels of her ultimate, and unlike Lion or Pudge, right, where when I level up the value of the stacks, it levels up the previous stacks that I got as well. With Legion Commander, if I get 10 dual damage and then level up my ultimate to level 2, I don't suddenly have 20 dual damage. So what we did is we calculated out how much of the game she spends with each level of the ultimate and how many kills does she get within each level of the ultimate, and then use that to calculate how much bonus damage she gets. Which means what we have here, she gets dual damage, she gets 25 dual damage with level 1 ultimate, 72 with level 2, 197 with level 3 ultimate, and then finally 801 with the level 3 ultimate, totaling in 1100 bonus damage. Now, the core assumption for Legion Commander is the same one as for Lion, which means for every kill Legion Commander gets after getting her ultimate, she gets a dual win. This is possible. The cooldowns do add up in a way that she can, in theory, get a dual win for every single kill. Now, you might say, but Baumi, well, obviously in a team fight, you can only duel one person. Yes, but also, she doesn't need to actually get a kill to be able to get a dual win. If you don't have agonyms, you can get a duel on somebody while still, while not getting a kill. This is actually an amount of dual damage that I personally have seen in games. You have to keep in mind this is actually a fairly long game at 73 minutes still. But yes, a Legion Commander, according to the calculations that we did for every other hero in the exact same way, arrives at 1100 dual damage. Now people, a Legion Commander seems off since most of your solo kills happen before level 25. Very rare that we get 13 dual kills after level 25. Sure, but I can't calculate for that because I don't have any statistics on this. What some people have proposed is saying, well, let's just half it. Let's just say Legion Commander gets half of her kills. And if you want to do that, then that's okay. The thing is that the math here, this is what Ivan Yesta is saying, and this is exactly the thing here. The math for this Legion Commander is correct. According to the math, she should be getting 1100 dual damage. The assumption is the thing that's problematic. The assumption being that for every kill Legion Commander gets after getting her ultimate, she gets a dual win. And I don't know what assumption we should be going with. So this is where I kind of am looking for some feedback. If you have an opinion, if you have an idea how we should be handling Legion Commander, currently, I think this is just how we should do it. I actually think this is fair, personally, because this is, again, the exact same logic we did for the other 4 heroes, and nobody is complaining there. Anything that we do at this point isn't math anymore. Anything we do at this point is just us arbitrarily nerfing Legion Commander. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start a little poll. Right? Legion Commander damage 1100, and we're gonna like, let's say 70% or 50% or 30%. I'm just gonna go ahead and add these options in here, and then you guys can have a little bit of a vote. But don't worry, this will not be entirely decided on Twitch. I'm also gonna be considering YouTube comments and all of that stuff. But yes. So this is kind of that. This is where we have arrived with these. So that's for these 5 specific heroes. Now, there are some other heroes. So, for example, Wraith King and Shadow Fiend, they need to build up stacks over the course of a game. We're just going to give them full stacks, which means that Wraith King will just have the full amount of skeletons and Shadow Fiend will have the full amount of souls. I think if we didn't do that, then that wouldn't be particularly fair, right? Alchemist will be given bonus damage in Spellamp as if he had given his full team Aghanim Scepter. So Alchemist gets bonus damage and Spellamp for every hero he shares an Aghanim Scepter to, and we're just gonna give that, we're gonna just act as if Alchemist had done that for his whole team. Alright? Then, heroes that use charge-based abilities have them fully reset after round finishes. This is just to make sure that stuff like Earth Spirits, stones, they're going to be reset as well. And now here's one that's maybe a little bit controversial, but the day and night cycle will be kept random. So we won't be making any additional adjustments to it. We will not say the first round is at day and the second round is at night. No, it will just be kept natural. Night Stalker will just have to use his ultimate. Like, honestly, this is the only hero where it matters, and let's be realistic. Night Stalker's going to use his ultimate anyway. Now, there will also be a creep spawn on the map that allows you to spawn neutral creeps. So you can use that to spawn yourself a bunch of neutral creeps and dominate them with Chen, or eat them with Doom, or dominate them with Enchantress, and so on. Cool. Makes sense. Very good. There's also going to be a few item-specific rules, which are, unless otherwise specified, items behave exactly as they do in normal Dota. So if something isn't listed here, then just assume that it's the way it's used in normal Dota. But BKB will always be at 10 seconds. That may seem not the most realistic, because this late in the game, the BKBs would definitely be less than 10 seconds. And if you think that's a problem, then I'm happy to debate this. Right? Oh, it seems you all agree there. With our 1,000 votes. Alright, okay, I'll... Do you guys want... I'm gonna not allow additional votes then. Alright. Let's try this again. Yeah, I had pay-to-win polls on. Okay, so anyway. BKB will always be at 10 seconds because we are kind of assuming the heroes are at their peak, right? We want everybody to be at the strongest they can be, so that includes items. Urn and Spirit Vessels will start with 2 stacks. I know that Urn and Spirit Vessel don't, strictly speaking, start with 2 stacks, so you wouldn't be able to really use them, but we're just going to assume the game's been going on for a bit as well, and you have a Spirit Vessel. Now you might say, but Baumi, that's a contradiction with the BKB thing. Again, we're trying to make sure that everybody's at their peak potential. Honestly speaking, it's not like Spirit Vessel is going to make that big of a difference anyway. Aghanim's Shard will be available in the store immediately, of course, right? It's not going to be force equipped, neither is going to be an Aghanim Scepter. If you don't want it, you don't have to have it, but it will be available. No Roshan items. Roshan items are out, so no Aegis, no Cheese, no Refresher Shard. All neutral items will be available though. So, you guys are saying 70% right now. Okay. So, all neutral items will be available in the store. You will just be able to pick whichever one you want to use. And there will also, on the map that we're going to be playing on, there will be a little store placed in the corner somewhere. So it won't be centered. It will be a little bit further away where you can buy detection, but only detection. Okay, that's just because if somebody forgets to buy detection, they can still go buy it. But it will be a hassle because you need to walk all the way over there. All right, makes sense. Now, there is a situation, there's actually a lot of situations in which the following can happen. 2 heroes are on the map and they're not killing each other. Now, we need a solution to this problem, and this is the solution that I came up with. On the map, there will also be 2 towers. right? One for each player on each side of the map. These 2 towers will be disabled initially. They will not do anything. But after 5 minutes, they will become activated and they will become vulnerable. And then whoever destroys the other player's tower first also wins the round. The custom game will be set up in such a way that whoever kills the other player first wins the round, or kills their tower first wins the round. And whoever gets 2 round wins first wins the match and moves on in the tournament. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Can also do Battle Royale style circles to force action. Yes, we could do something like that. I decided to go with this because this felt a bit more familiar to how normal Dota works. So I felt like that was more appropriate there. Does fighting Venge include her death illusion? No. If the hero dies, the hero's dead. Vengeful is, or like you lose the round. Wraith King is obviously the exception there, and so is Undying because they can resurrect themselves. But Vengeful is still actually dead when she dies, right? Like the illusion doesn't count. Because she has been killed, and that's what we're trying to answer here. So yeah, but the towers, again, they will only activate after 5 minutes. So they will not be an option of, I'm just going to rush their tower. If you're worried about your opponent rushing your tower, you should probably try to kill them. So yeah. The tower destroying thing seems kind of fair because towers are just weak if you're level 30. Well, yeah, but the problem is, what do we do if people don't, kill each other? Okay, hypothetical right here. There's a Ricky and a Klinks, and they aren't killing each other. Do we just wait 50 days? No, sorry, that's not right. We don't have that kind of time. We need to actually move through the tournament. So, look, this is just what we're gonna go with. We could do 10 minutes instead of 5 if you're worried about people stalling. But 5 minutes is still a lot of time. And we are going to test this a little bit at first, right? Don't worry, we'll play test this a bit on stream. If it turns out the towers are too weak, we'll just buff them a bit and make them a bit more powerful, right? So yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much that. So that's the rules here. Please join the Discord, right? Please join the Discord so you can, participate in the whole discussion. That's where everything will be happening. And I hope you guys are looking forward to it. I mean, I'm excited. I don't know if you guys are excited for the WHW 1v1 Wiggle 30 tournament. But I am very excited. I'm going to wiggle my way to the victory. Again, keep in mind, we're going to do it on the 17th of April at 1 p.m. We should be able to get this all done in a single day. That's what I'm hoping for, right? Like, I want to just knock it out in a single day. If it ends up taking too long, we might stretch it into a second day, but I really want it just in a single one. So yeah, anyway. I guess that's that. Oh, prize pool. Actually, there we go. That's something we need to determine. So I don't really have anything I don't know. I have no idea what to do for prize pool. I want to give something. So what I was currently thinking is I'll give you like a Dota skin, like, I don't know, some Arcana or something, right? Whoever wins. But I don't really have a great idea. So if anybody has a good idea as to what we should give away for the prize pool, you can feel free to let me know, right? We will... Oh, here, Australia as my city is giving the winner 69,420 fortune in Customer Clash. There you go. A copy of Disasters. Sure, we can send out a copy of Disasters. Oh, yes! This tournament is sponsored by Disasters because Mickey says we should sell the remaining Disasters copies. So go buy Disasters. There's a link in the description. We have a few copies remaining and we wanna get this stuff out of there. But yeah. So, are we missing out on anything? But yeah, I thought we were just gonna give away an Arcana to whoever wins it, right? I don't really think it's that much that important. But I do want there to be a little bit of a prize pool. And also, a lot of you are bringing up some points like, but what if I like stole a bunch and then win? I just don't do it, Look, like the stalling problem rule exists because I don't want anybody, it's kind of like a preventative measure in case of disaster. please don't intentionally provoke disaster. Okay? Please don't intentionally provoke disaster. Unless it's disastrous, of course. Buy it. Is it free to enter? Yeah, of course. Well, again, we have limited spots, so we're going to prioritize Twitch subs. But, you know, if we don't get enough of those, then we'll just give it out to whoever comes first. And that's it. So anyway, I hope to see you guys there, and goodbye.